We're looking this morning at some characters who you normally don't associate with the Christmas story. We're looking at Ruth and Tamar and Bathsheba. Oh, there's one more. My memory's going. Oh, we'll get there. Now Boaz went up to the gate and sat down there, and behold, the Redeemer of whom Boaz spoke was passing by. So he said, "Come over here, friend. Sit down here." And he came over and sat down. And so that was the way they did business in those days, was they would sit out by the city gate or the town gate or the public place. Today it might be Tim Hortons. And the old men of the community would be there doing what old men of the community do when they sit down for coffee, telling stories and remembering the old days. And also witnessing agreements. And he said to the Redeemer, "Naomi, who has returned from the land of Moab, has to sell the plot of land which belonged to our brother Elimelech. So I thought I would inform you, saying, buy it before those who are sitting here and before the elders of my people. If you will redeem it, but if not, tell me so that I may know. For there is no one except you to redeem it, and I am after you." And he said, "I will redeem it." Then Boaz said, "On the day you buy the field from the hand of Naomi, you must also acquire Ruth the Moabitess, the widow of the deceased, in order to raise up the name of the deceased on his inheritance." Then the Redeemer said, "I cannot redeem it for myself, otherwise I would jeopardize my own inheritance. Redeem it for yourself. You have my right of redemption, since I cannot redeem it." And so what the Old Testament law was, if a woman was widowed before she had children to pass on the family name, then it was the job of her brother-in-law to take her as a wife, have children in the name of the deceased brother, and keep the inheritance properly going for the way that the Jewish people did their legal inheritance. And so Boaz found a man who had the legal right of inheritance closer than him. And the man wasn't willing to take Ruth as a wife, to do for her what the law required him to do. He wanted the land, but he didn't want the responsibility. Now this was the custom in former times in Israel concerning the redemption and the exchange of land. To confirm any matter, a man removed his sandal and gave it to another. And this was the way of confirmation in Israel. So the Redeemer said to Boaz, "Buy it for yourself." And he removed his sandal. Then Boaz said to the elders and all the people, "You are witnesses today that I have bought from the hand of Naomi all that belonged to Elimelech, and all that belonged to Chilton and Mahlon. Furthermore, I have acquired Ruth the Moabitess, the widow of Mahlon, to be my wife, in order to raise up the name of the deceased on his inheritance, so that the name of the deceased will not be eliminated from his brothers or from the court of his birthplace. You are witnesses today." And all the people who were in the court and the elders said, "We are witnesses." And take a look here at the blessing they pronounce. "May the Lord make the woman who is coming into your home like Rachel and Leah, both of whom built the house of Israel. And may you achieve wealth in Ephrathah and become famous in Bethlehem. Moreover, may your house be like the house of Perez, who Tamar bore to Judah, through the descendants whom the Lord will give you by this young woman." So Boaz took Ruth, and she became his wife, and he had relations with her. And the Lord enabled her to conceive. She gave birth to a son. Then the women said to Naomi, "Blessed is the Lord, who has not left you without a redeemer today. And may his name become famous in Israel. And may he also be to you one who restores life and sustains your old age. For your given birth to him. Then Naomi took the child and laid him in her lap and became his nurse. And the neighbor women gave him a name, saying, a son has been born to Naomi. And so they named him Obed, and he is the father of Jesse, the father of David. And we'll get to look into these four women in a little bit, but another musical selection.